We are live. It's Chris and Brian here from Resolve Technology. Oh, and I gotta fix my lighting situation here. Got too much light coming in the back. How's that? A little bit better, Chris?
Yeah, you look. I see your virtual background. You're out in Portland, Maine, or somewhere. You're at the
Look,
docks.
on the docks of the bay. All right, here we go. So let's talk about the docks over at Columbus. Columbus, Ohio's in the news. Here we go. Another breach into a municipality. So the city of Columbus, basically, from what I gather, the story, there was a security expert, IT guy, that helped expose this, but bad guys breached into the network, and the security expert was basically found on the dark web that all this information was out there. So people's driver's license with their photos, their social security numbers, their address. So basically, that sort of information, it's good that he was trying to publicize this because I guess Columbus wasn't very good about wasn't very forthcoming with a lot of this information. But I guess what happened is they put a restraining order on this IT security expert because he was trying, I guess they were worried that he was going to expose information about undercover police and other information pertaining to the city that they obviously didn't want to get out there. I get that. But at the same time, if we don't have these people exposing these breaches, and what kind of data is being leaked, I don't think people are going to tighten up their security. I don't know how many IT staff this city of Columbus has, but I thought I heard online that it was like over 100. That can't be right. But anyway, they must have a decent size IT department. If anybody knows the size of their IT department, put it in the comments if you happen to stumble upon this video. But to me, the guy who's trying to do the right thing by giving this some exposure, because I don't think people realize, like, all this information that gets out there, they start make linked with other information that's on the dark web that hackers have access to. And then they're piecing all this information together from different databases. And they've already got your driver's license with your name, address, and the social security maybe on there, and they're linking it to other pieces of information that they have. So they could open up bank accounts, change your address, even all sorts of things. And to me, if we don't have people exposing these things, how are we ever going to get laws passed to prevent this from happening? Because obviously they're not doing enough here on the IT side, and maybe they don't have enough budget to put the security tools they need in place, or have some sort of head of security or something to try to prevent this stuff. I know it's not easy, but what do you think, Chris?
Yeah, when I do my driver's license renewal online, I have a throwaway email account to do. If it's anything state or government, I just assume it's obsolete security wise, which is not really a good negative thinking. But I just really don't like, you know what I mean? I don't trust that whether it's a budget constraint, a time constraint, they don't have enough workers, whatever it may be. The public sector seems to get we see stuff like this a lot. That and like phone companies, maybe. So Verizon, T-Mobile, because they can usually, whether it's a social security number, I think you can have I think that's partially why they're going to, what is it, Real ID? By like 2024, you need to get like this new Real ID confirmed. It's going to be used as like a federal level identification.
That's
But
what
yeah,
I did recently. Just, yeah, my New Hampshire's driver's license, I got the Real ID.
yeah, there was an extra $80, so I told them I'll wait. But I have things now that are starting to require it. Essentially, though, if they have an ID, they can either make fake IDs and sell them on the dark web. They mentioned that these full image ID cards are even more valuable to cyber criminals because they can use them to open bank accounts, things like that. A lot of identity theft requires some kind of personal identification.
Yeah.
Open loans, you name it.
Just reading through this article here, the cybersecurity expert that they put the restraining order on to prevent more information going out, his name was David Ross, also known as Connor Goodwolf. So anyway, I think he wasn't trying to do anything malicious. He's trying to actually help people out and if we don't have people getting the word out on stuff like this, it's quickly brushed under the rug and then it becomes history and people forget about it. But the information's already out there, so people should be pretty pissed off that you could change my mailing address and I could start picking up the mail the bad guy can start picking up the mail at a different location and start doing apps for credit cards and bank accounts.
This is where second factor comes in. second factor of authentication. We need like multiple factors of authentication in today's age of the internet or Internet of Things, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, just like we do with the technology side for businesses. Yeah, like Chris is saying, maybe I don't know what the solution is really, but yeah, we do need different ways of authenticating people because the old ways are just not working. Yeah.
I think if you go to not a post office, you go to a town clerk's office, or anywhere, they'll often have you bring a utility bill with you for the address on your license. But how much they enforce that could vary town to town.
I don't know if that's enough. Right?
No, so. I don't. I always wonder, like when I went to register my car after moving, they just wanted a utility bill. I'm like, how does that really prove anything? I could bring you anything. But it could have been anybody. They could have went to the mailbox.
Hey, we are in New Hampshire. Things move a little bit slower here sometimes. All right, we'll wrap it there. We'll put a link to this article, and then there's another link that talks about this guy getting a restraining order on him, and it goes into detail because we're not shedding enough light on it, but I just thought we'd get this out here because to me, this is just happening to too many cities and we really need to do something about it. All right. Talk to you later, Chris.
All right. Bye.